Hey guys, so today I have swatches of the KBShimmer Sugar Rush collection for summer 2023. There are 9 polishes here altogether, various finishes. These are available right now, so I will link the KBShimmer website down below where you guys can check these out. And they will also be available in person this weekend, July 16th at Polish and Beauty Expo. If you haven't heard of that, it's a convention that's going on in the Chicago area this weekend where you can go and purchase in person from a bunch of different vendors, nail polish, bath and beauty products, and cosmetic products. I'm going to be there this weekend. I went last year. It was a ton of fun, so I figured if there's anybody that hasn't heard about it that might be close in the area and can make plans last minute, I would let you know. It's organized by KBShimmer, that's why I threw it in this video, but there's going to be a ton of different indie brands there. Some of the different ticket levels are sold out, but the general admission is still available for the Sunday show, so I just thought I would let you guys know that this is going on this weekend. So I will link the Polish and Beauty Expo website down below where you guys can get more info. Okay, so now I will get into the swatches. So the first polish is called Pucker Up, and this is described as a luminous chartreuse leaning yellow neon nail polish with coppery orange to lime shimmer and micro hollow bits. This was sheer on the first coat, but it was very even, and you can really see that orange shimmer standing out really nicely. Formula was really good on this one. It did go on very, very easily. The color built up really well on the second coat. The amount of nail line showing didn't really change much though between the first and second coat, so it's weird, like the color built up, but I didn't find the coverage at my nail line any better. I just kind of accepted my fate here and left it at 2 coats. The nail line definitely looks worse in the footage than it did in person. If it had looked like this on my nail the day that I swatched, I would have done a 3rd coat, but I left it at 2. So that is 2 coats of Pucker Up. The next polish is called Any Way You Slice It, and this is described as a bold orange shimmer. Good formula on this one, also sheer on the first coat, but also very even. You can see that it's a very sheer orange jelly base, and the coverage is more made up of like individual shimmer. This glows. The shimmer in this is bananas, and the glow on it is equally bananas. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats. I did have a little bit of nail line showing, but it was very, very minor, so I didn't really worry about needing a 3rd coat. So that is 2 coats of Any Way You Slice It. The next polish is called You Want a Peach of Me, and bear with me here, the KBShimmer descriptions are very involved, so I need to paraphrase. So this is described as a radiant peach with a shifty shimmer that flashes gold to orange, muted red to pink tones, and copper at some angles with hollow glow flakes and metallic sparkle. So this one also a little bit sheer on the first coat, still not terrible. Pucker Up had some really fine holographic bits, but the ones in this are much bigger. They're a much larger flake. They don't have any texture like a glitter, but they are like visibly bigger. Great formula on this, covered really well for me in 2 coats. I feel like I could still pick a little bit of nail line out from very extreme angles, but again, not anything that I felt like I needed a 3rd coat to cover. So that is 2 coats of You Want a Peach of Me. The next polish is called Such a Smartie, and this is described as a faded purple polish with color shifting shimmer and linear holographic sparkle. Some of these descriptions are very easy to break down into bullet points and other ones are not. Great coverage on this. There's a really nice gold, like very yellowy gold shimmer to this that contrasts so beautifully with the base color. There are also some little pink orange specks scattered throughout there that look really nice. This easily covered in 2 coats. It was pretty opaque on the first coat, and that linear holographic was very, very strong. So that is 2 coats of Such a Smartie. The next polish is called Feeling Good, and this is a pink reflective glitter with some orange reflective glitter mixed in there. Now this is a pretty dense glitter, so it is going to be thicker than other polishes in the collection. I don't think that it's too thick, but if you move from one to the other, it is a noticeable difference. This also has a pink tinted base, which helps you get a lot more coverage out of the polish than the next one that you'll see. The KBShimmer reflective glitters are cool in that when they have a tinted base, they dry down and look kind of like a Zoya pixie dust, which is like, I kind of like it. I would wear it on its own. But if you want to wear a top coat on it, you are going to want like a glitter grabber followed by a thick top coat or a couple of coats of thick top coat, because this is going to dry very textured and it's going to eat the top coat that you put on top of it. This type of polish is also really hard to remove if you don't soak it off with those little clips or wear a peel off base coat. So that is 2 coats of Feelin' Good. The next polish is called Pull It Together, and this is described as a vibrant green reflective polish. Now this one is in a clear base, so you do not get the same amount of coverage that we got out of the last one. This one definitely takes 3 coats to build up completely because you're only getting coverage from the glitter. I really only wanted to do 2 coats of this because I don't like doing 3 coats of thicker glitters like this, but I felt like I could just see a little bit too much nail through the glitter, so I did end up adding a 3rd coat. I don't think 2 is out of the question here, but I think it's going to depend on the person. This is one that I don't think I would wear without top coat textured because it just doesn't really look like anything special without the top coat, but you will again want like a glitter grabbing top coat kind of product or a couple coats of a really thick top coat because it's really going to eat the top coat up and it's going to be difficult to remove. However, look at that in the flash. That looks so cool in flash. So that is 3 coats of Pull It Together. The next polish is called Cool Beans, and this is a blueberry colored base with a shifty shimmer. I see mostly the green to gold to blue shades, but the description does also mention a peach shift, but I didn't really see that. Really good coverage on this. Great formula. I really like how well you can see that that shimmer is gold. I feel like a lot of times when you get a gold shimmer, and I know it does shift to green, but when you get a gold shimmer in a blue base, it just goes completely green and you can't see the gold at all, but it stands out really nicely on this one. It built up great for me in 2 coats, and the shimmer is a little bit chunkier, so you don't have any brush strokes through that shimmer. And I mean chunkier in appearance. It still dries completely smooth. So that is 2 coats of Cool Beans. The next polish is called Put a Ring on It, and this is described as a vibrant teal-leaning blue with holographic flakes and blue and aqua shimmer. Great coverage and formula on this one as well. This was nearly a 1-coater, not quite there, but very close. It did apply very evenly and leveled itself out really nicely. This did cover completely for me in 2 coats. I had some really minor brush strokes through the shimmer when it first went on, but those blended into the polish really well as it dried. So that is 2 coats of Put a Ring on It. The next polish is called That's Just Grape, and this is described as an indigo polish with micro flake-like color shifting shimmer that goes from purple to blue to fuchsia. This was a little bit sheer on the first coat, but not terrible. I was surprised at how much more blue it looked on my nail than it did in the bottle. It definitely looked more purple in the bottle. This one also covered for me in 2 coats. I could see a teeny tiny bit of nail line. You can probably see it better on camera than I could in person, so I wasn't too worried about doing a 3rd, but if you have whiter nails or a longer nail line, no, other way around. Longer nails, whiter nail line, you might be able to see more of that. So that is 2 coats of That's Just Grape. So Pull It Together is actually going to end up being my favorite. This was probably the most annoying polish to work with out of the collection. It wasn't bad, but it was definitely the most annoying to work with. I think mainly because of that clear base. I wish that it had a little bit of color to the base to give some better coverage, but oh my gosh, this in the flash is so cool. That's it. It sold me. As soon as I saw it with the flash on it, it sold me. Which, like, how many times am I going to walk around with the flash on my nails? Probably never, but that flash color still won me over. So that is the KBShimmer Sugar Rush collection for summer 2023. Again, I will link KBShimmer down below where you guys can check these out. Hope you enjoyed this one. I hope to see some of you guys at Polish and Beauty Expo this weekend. If you see me, please come say hi. I've gone to these shows before and then gotten messages after, the people that said that they saw me there but they didn't want to bother me. You're totally not bothering me if you see me there, because meeting people that watch my videos is a really big part of these shows for me, even more than the nail polish. It's probably the only place I'll ever go in my life and say that I don't want to be left alone. So please say hi if you see me. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will talk to you later.